Hey everyone, this is Djimusic, and I'm back with another video. Today we're going to be going over Minecraft Weekly Snapshot 14W03B. Today we're just going to go over like a little world setup, pretty much everything that's kind of new and improved in the snapshot. Let's get started. So the features that were added, it now supports rotation, so you can actually teleport a player to like facing this way, any way you want, looking up, looking down. You have complete control about that. So you can, if you like have a spawn point setter, you need to teleport them to a specific location. You can make sure that they're not facing the wrong way. So if you're like trying to do a cutscene, you can actually make sure that they're facing that way. You can also force them to look that way if you're on a clock. And yeah, it's just pretty cool. So that's that. The way you configure that is you do the regular TP, the player XYZ, and then you do a horizontal value and then a vertical value. And I'll go over that with the examples. Player support is now player data. So like at P, at R, at A, all those support cubic areas. So now you can actually do a square. Instead, you used to have to do a circle, and a sphere, it had to be an equal sphere, so you couldn't do like just a huge line. And now you can do that. The way you do that is you do it the player symbol, and then you do XYZ regularly, but this time you have DX, DY, and DZ. So DX is basically the change in X. So that's basically how many blocks away from that coordinate X is going to be. And then it will go positive or negative depending on which positive or negative DX value. Same with DY and DZ. I'll show you examples for that later. Added the clone command. Now there's actually a clone feature. There's the X, Y, Z, XY2, X2, Y2, Z2. Location X, location Y, location Z. So XYZ is going to be the first location, the first corner of the selection. X2, Y2, and Z2. That's the second location. So that's the second corner. And then the location is where you're going to be teleporting to. Right now, you have to stand in a specific point. I'm not sure exactly how that works. But yeah, it's basically kind of like the / copy and paste using world edit. But this is just another way you can do it. This is also in vanilla, which is a lot better. And yeah. This is the fill command. They added this as well. It's kind of like / set with world edit. It's XYZ, X2, Y2, Z2 for the selection. Same with the clone command. And then you can also do block. So then you say the block data to fill with the data value for that block. So if you want to specifically set oak wood, spruce wood, stuff like that. And then mode. So because it uses the same principles as set block, you can do replace, destroy, or the other one. Yeah. That other one. Okay, those are the two that mainly used. Keep, I think, is the last one. Yeah, keep's the last one. So let's get started. Okay, so this is the simple little building that I built for this situation. I have a little clock running right here that runs this command. This is the clone. So this is the first coordinate, the first corner right here. This is the corner on the other side, which is the second coordinate, 282, 60, 112, 20. And then the final one is where it's going to be teleporting to, which is going to be the corner that's right there. This is where you're going to be teleporting to. If you put it on a clock, you can actually make an area be exactly the same. So let's say you want to regen an entire arena. All you have to do is you can literally just make changes to have a master arena, run one command block, and it will set the entire arena back to the original state. The only issue with this is it has a limit of 5,000 blocks. That's at least for the fill command. I'm assuming that's for the this command as well, just because that's usually how they do it. They just don't want it to be overly used. I haven't tried over 5,000 blocks, but it's not too large. So if you want to set an entire arena, you might have to do different chunks. So you have to do like chunk 1 with 1 command block, chunk 2, and then chunk 3. It's not too bad because I mean 3 command blocks is probably better because you can actually make it a little bit less laggy. Run 1, wait like 2 seconds, then do the next one. So that's probably a better idea anyway. That's probably why they increased they have the 5,000 block limit. Just be aware of that. So yeah, this little clock, it's basically duplicating this over to right here. If I place a block, it clones it over to there. If I place a chest, you'll see a chest appear over there. Now there is a bug that's been around with the set block command. If you have a chest like this, no matter which way you place it, it's like right now it's that way, this one matches. If you place it like this, it's still there. That is still a bug. That's weird. Yeah, it's with tile entities it is bugged, so be careful. But if you do place it, it will place the block. You can't open it because it's on a clock. If I deactivate it, then you can't open it, and it's a working chest. Let's reactivate it. So now if you put, let's say you put some chests in there. If you deactivate it again, you will be able to open it, and the chests are there. If you move these blocks over to here, reactivate it, and look in here, they are now there. So it does actually clone the entire data entries for the chest. Custom names probably there too. Same with mobs, but if you throw entities in here, you will see that it does not clone them. So make sure that you're aware of that. As I said, chests are bugged, so if you actually double the chest like this, it might not. Yeah, that's why it didn't work. It's like it will duplicate, and this works completely fine. You can see the items in there, but if you destroy one, it's still there. And then if you actually place it again by doing this, it just gets really weird because it knows that there's a block here. Like you can open it. It's completely openable, but it's invisible. You can't walk through it. It basically does, it's kind of confused because this one's already blocked, this one's a block. So with tile entities, it is bugged. Let's try it with the dispenser just to make sure it's not just that tile entity. So you placed it there. Again, it's invalid orientation just because it's a tile entity. If you destroy it, it doesn't destroy. So tile entities will not be destroyed. Make sure you take you know that. But blocks like buttons will all be copied. Like this is actually kind of cool. It's a ghost. You can actually. Oh, that's actually something I didn't think about. You can make ghost levers now. So if you actually do this, and you can make it look like someone's pulling the lever, and you can kind of like ghost stuff and teleport blocks around the command. If you put redstone here, then you can actually power it funnily, and yeah, there's just a lot you can do with it. I'll leave that up to you. So yep, this is the clone block. You can also, if I copy this command, it's just basically doing oops, this is not, yeah, there we go. So it's just basically doing a relative command. If I paste it, or oops, hold on, there we go. You can see that I can paste it. So you always stand on the, if you click F3, you always stand on the west, facing west and north, so northwest. Also, if you look at the F command right now, you can see that there's actually a new thing. It says towards -Z. That is actually where you're facing. So you're walking towards -X. I can't read. -X. So yeah, you can actually see exactly what that's good, where you're going, and that's just useful because you can actually, like, since you go toward -X, you know that if you add to like relative, then it'll move this way. So you can actually just make that really easily. And they're just making it a lot easier to figure out stuff without having to worry about people do it. But yeah, you can just keep on randomly just pasting this command and make tons of shacks everywhere. And if I go over here, and let's say I place redstone in front of all of them, like this. Oh, it's not a clock. Just kidding. But if you put these all on the same clock, if you like wire these all up to a clock, then it would actually still, no matter what, copy. So you can have multiple copies of one thing. So you could literally have like a master arena, and then click a button, and then all of your copied arenas will be duplicated. So it's really helpful if you wanted to like make changes to an arena. You don't have to worry about doing that with World Edit or MC Edit anymore, just as long as it's small. I would still recommend doing it with MC Edit just because it's a lot of blocks. You don't want to worry about that in game. So a lot of good stuff will come with that. Okay, moving on. Sorry for taking so long. So cool. This is actually one of the clocks that I built. I stopped it because it's annoying. But this is actually this little pad. You can actually check for a 1 block area. Before you'd have to check for this entire area around it. So now you can check for only 1 block. So if you see I walk into this one, it's disabled, enabled, disabled. Same here. Because it's a little bit off, you actually, if you're right on the edge, then you will still be noticed. So make sure that you are aware of that. If you want to do it specifically, the way that I would recommend doing it is take a slab, get a slab in my inventory, place it all around, and then it makes it a little bit harder to get in there. You can also decrease the X value and just move the block down. It's another way you can do it. So make sure that you're aware of that. If you want to make sure they have to be in that specific block, it's still safer to do going down one. I'm not sure if that's a bug. It's just how this command works. So if you look at it, oops, this is the command. So it's TP XYZ, as I said. You actually, for the XYZ, you do not have to have X equals, Y equals, or Z equals. That's just how it is. DX, DY, and DZ, these are just set to 0, so that is just a no change, and it's only 1 block. So basically the only block that's being watched is this one. So as you can see, it's on. If I jump up 1, it's off. So it's literally only 1 block. If I jump down 2, you will see that it's also off. So it's only 1 block. It's a good way to check. It's kind of cool. Let me enable this clock. Excuse the noise. Gotta love those clocks. So basically, this is just a little test. There's a block here. Hold on. So now I can actually literally just kind of, you can force the player to look around and look wavily, and it's kind of cool. So I'm not touching the mouse right now. And yeah, so let's look at the command. If you remove, this is saying to move -1 in the around. So this is going counterclockwise. If you make it +1, you go clockwise. And then 1 is basically to make you look down. If you do -1, you go opposite. So if I reverse it, then you'll start going that way. Disable it, and now you can just spin. Whee! But yeah, you could do some tours with this if you just have it set to 2, so it's a little bit faster. And now you will just kind of look around the map. So it's kind of cool. You can just kind of do a quick tour. It's a little bit choppy just because the clocks are still not fast enough to be able to work that well. But yeah. Oh gosh. Oh gosh. I'll leave that on for a little bit. You can also make kind of cool parkour arenas. So if you just like walk around this, your camera like freaks out because yeah, it's kind of cool. I'm not doing that. I'm walking straight with no mouse. So you can control your camera and make yourself like look up and look down and freak out. So it's just a lot of possibilities. Okay, so north, if you look at the F3, you can see that you're facing is north. That value in rotation value is 180. You can also look at the right here. This is the rotation value. If you want an exact one, I don't think there's one for looking up and down. I haven't figured it out. I don't see it. If you guys see it, then please tell me. But basically, the easiest way to figure it out is up, looking straight up is -90, straight is straight, or 0 is straight, and then looking straight down is 90. So you can easily figure that out, and that just makes it a lot easier when it comes to figuring out how to teleport. So that's looking straight down, straight, and up. So now you can control that. And then these are just the other ones. So these are easy to figure out because it's on the F value. But south, of course, is 0 or 360, and then west is 90. So basically, it's kind of using degrees. If you have taken math, then yeah. So that's that. Moving on. This is kind of a cool feature. So you can actually make like obstacle courses that can kind of kill entities. So you have to like try to get like if I throw stuff down here, you'll see they're instantly destroyed. That's because I have a force field on here that destroys anything that's not a player. So if you look at the kill command, it's killing all entities that are not a player. XYZ, it's the corner right here. And then you look at the next one, which actually it's this guy. XYZ is the corner right there. 12 blocks in the X direction, 0, and then 0. So basically it's just a 12 block X, like that. The one next to it is this guy. It's 12 blocks in the X direction, and then it's 2 blocks in the Z direction. So 12 that way, and 2 that way. So that's how you basically do it. It's pretty self-explanatory, but it's pretty easy. So now with this command, I can get some piggies, and we can see if we can possibly get them to not die. I've done it a couple times, but of course I don't have it on camera, so he died. Come on, and go. Oh, maybe I can center myself. Nope. I might have to spawn him in a different angle. Oh, there we go. Oh, he's so good. I'm just killing lots of pigs. It's not good. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Don't die, don't die. You can do it, you can do it. I have beaten it. And now I'll feed him. He deserves it. Yeah. So yeah, you can actually make it so that like, oops, I had the carrot in my hand. But yeah, if you spawn on any of this, they get killed instantly. So you can easily make like a little pathway, and you can have like pig races and turtle races. You can put slowness on them for fun. But yeah, you can just kind of it's kind of like lava races for people. You can have like little death trap races and fun stuff. So that's that. Okay, moving on. Oh look, a finish line. I have won the race. Ha 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 ha. This is actually, I thought of this because I actually made a map like this. It's not released. I basically designed a horse race map for 1.6, and it had a finish line. And it was the most annoying thing to program because you cannot do a straight line with the old feature. Now you can. If I walk off, walk back on, you can see no matter where I am, it's going to work. Except for right here, because it's disabled there. So yeah, this is the finish line. I have finished the race. Cool. and then that uses the exact same features. But yeah, I just set this block, then I went 13 this way and 2 this way for the z. So 13x for dx and 13 for, or 2 for dy. It's pretty easy. But look, it's broken. Let's use a clone command. It's cloning this area right here. And let's just paste. Did I copy it? Hopefully. I did copy. Oh look, it's repairing itself. That's so cool. But yeah, you can easily just do this so easily now. You don't have to worry about building it. You can just clone it. And then also, it's kind of cool because if I replace the original, and I step here, and I click paste, even though it's the exact same command, it replaces that block instead. So you don't have to worry about clipboards or anything with them, with World Edit. It just works. Yeah, it's just a cool feature. Here we go. Last command, fill. Self-explanatory. You can fill stuff. And yeah, it's pretty easy. One thing that I should note, I'm not sure if this will work. Okay, so basically the way that it works, if you want to do / replace command type thing with the way that it works, is you just use you basically just make anything that you don't want to replace air. So if you want, this will basically replace all of air and keep the stuff that's not air. So you can like replace it with sandstone, and then it'll fill everything that's air, so you can actually do a replace with this. So if you make everything that you want to be a block air, then you can make it. So it's a workaround for now. Hopefully they add a replace command, because that'd be really nice. You could just like say this block, replace this white wool with red wool, and you could easily just do that. You can't really do that now without having to replace every single individual one with air. That's the only way to do it, using the way that I just said. You'd have to remove it and make them all air so that it knows to keep everything else. But yeah, so for now, that's pretty much the only way to do it. But it's still a really helpful command. I mean, there's a lot to do. It's gonna be nice. I'm excited to work with it. I'm already working on a map. This map is going to be hopefully released in in the coming weeks. I have to do all the redstone for it. It's done building, but it's kind of like a PvP map. It's kind of based on this arena, and I'm excited to implement this arena type thing, because now you'll actually be able to respawn arenas without having to worry about settlings and how, yeah, it was bad. So basically the way that I used to do it is I would have 70,000 command blocks. My Builder Wars game had 70,000 command blocks, and you'd actually have to replace you'd have to run every single command block to replace every single individual block. Now all you have to do to do a replace with air is just select a radius of the exact same. Select like a random air spot in the world, and then just click run the command, and it'll replace the entire thing with air. So you don't have to worry about, actually you could use the fill, just kidding. Well, yeah, there's lots to do with it. Now you don't have to worry about using individual block for each individual block. You can do them all in mass, and it's just helpful. So yeah, that's it. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you all later. Bye.